The only thing you need to know before we look at these rejected IRS applications is the following. The first test. There we go. A real nonprofit is either religious, charitable, scientific, literary, educational, tests for public safety, or prevents cruelty to children or animals, but not baby animals. I thought I'd make something up on the spot. Now people are sad about baby animals. Stick to the script. So we're going to look at these documents here, rejected applications. I did not alter these in any way. These are actual real reasons. I do reward these people for their gumption. The people applying for these this nonprofit status have to come up with creative ways to try and get it. Which leads to this first one we're going to look at. Just imagine the application someone had to submit to get this particular rejection. Selling motorcycle parts and accessories via your website at retail prices is not an exclusive charitable activity. The IRS is actually very polite. You think they're mean, they're very polite, saying it's not an exclusive charitable activity. Selling motorcycle parts is in no way a charitable activity. So that's what we're doing here. That's the point of this one. So let's, another one, they mentioned religious ones. Religion can be confusing, because what is a church? How do you draw the line between what is a church that's a nonprofit and what's not a church at all? Well, you know what? The IRS has drawn a line, and now we know exactly where it is. Your purpose is to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ through professionally run not a church. Now I know what you're saying. You're saying, Curtis, just let him be. I'm sure they're taking all the money from that fishing tournament and putting it towards the church to help clean up the church or help do more activities. Or if you just read their application, in fact, you award 100% of your tournament fees to tournament winners. Tournament winners in and of themselves do not constitute a charitable class. Now I know what you're saying. You're saying, Curtis, well, fine, they give the money to the winners, but how about, well, I'm sure when they're not fishing, they spend several hours each day in deep thought, in prayer, talking about the gospel of Jesus Christ. Well, and if you look farther down in their application, they state out exactly what they do with the rest of their time. The Saturday tournament activities span approximately 10 hours. You lead a quick prayer of about 20 to 30 seconds. Directly before the tournament launch, the rest of the 10 hours is spent fishing and attending an awards ceremony. But you know people are either praying at that award ceremony for a trophy, or when you're on the water, you're just praying that you catch a fish so you don't embarrass yourself in front of your spouse. So I say they should get away with it. Let's go to our next one, our final example. Oh. What is the next slide? Oh, cool, okay. Say you don't get nonprofit status. You can apply to be a labor organization. That means you will still be tax exempt. Now the IRS has simple rules about that. You can't apply to be a labor organization if you're not a labor organization. For example, these folks applied. A labor organization is exempt under 501c5 if you primarily serve the interests of employees. Your primary activity is to promote harness racing. You are therefore not a labor organization. But this was also easily explained away. Someone probably told them that you need to become a charitable organization. What they meant to say was, you should be a charitable organization. That's all I Oh no, we do have one more. A charitable organization. One more. And this guy gets the award for best effort. First of all, this next one is proof that just using fancy language is not enough to become tax exempt. This person says that their service is arranging transportation services for your members. Sounds kind of legit, but the IRS interprets that to mean carpool. Someone tried to write off their carpool as a nonprofit. So they were rejected right away. But the guy put up a good fight. Remember I said earlier that if you test product safety, you can be a nonprofit? Here's what this guy's application said. Next slide. You stated that you were organized and operated for the exempt purpose of testing for public safety. While you do conduct background checks on your members to confirm they are safe to ride with, your members are not consumer products. I don't think that's fair at all. So if I test seatbelts to make sure people don't die, I can be a nonprofit. But if I test the people in the car to make sure I don't die from boredom listening to them, I'm not a nonprofit. Write your congressman, people. That's the whole point of this show. We can get this law changed. Alright, that's the end of this bit. I've instructed David to play any random song off the iPad while I walk in a circle to get ready for the next part.